What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys right here today. Welcome to episode number 520 of the Beyond the Ring with Big T, WWE News and Rumors podcast here for today, Monday, January 1st, 2024. Happy New Year, everybody, and this is your WWE Day 1 Raw 2024 review and results for today, Monday, January 1st, 2024. The Rock returns and he wants to sit at the head of the table with Roman Reigns. So we're going to talk about this and so much more on The Rock's big return tonight on that Monday Night Raw. So kick back, relax, we'll hit the introductions, get this party started. Your WWE Day 1 Raw 2024 review and results show will be coming up next. Don't go away, and Happy New Year, everybody.
This is the Neon Tarantino, the Ace Degenerate, Super Indie Scorsese, the best professional wrestler in the Midwest, Derek Dillinger, and you're listening to, what is it? Beyond the Ring with Big T. Beyond the Ring with Big T. And that is a wrap. Cut!
This is M-Dog20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you were checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man. Big T.
Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring, Big T.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show here. Whew, what a night. Well, at least we got a hot show on a cold winter's night for New Year's Day. Happy New Year, everybody. How you doing? I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys today. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Darth. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to episode number 520 of the Beyond the Ring with Big T WWE News and Rumors podcast here for today, Monday, January 1st, 2024. And this is your WWE Day 1 Raw review and results show for today, Monday, January 1st, 2024. I'll probably end up saying 2023 quite a bit until I get used to saying 2024. That's like my biggest problem always, starting a new year. It's just a problem for me. But I'll get it and get used to saying 2024 soon enough. So, my God, guys, what we've had tonight. Well, first off, check out my website, www.beyondtheringwithbigt.com. You can call into the show live on Skype using BigT_119. Follow me on Twitter at BeyondTheRingBT. Like me, follow me on Facebook, Beyond the Ring with Big T, and follow me on Instagram at Beyond the Ring with Big T. Everything is there that you need. And let's take a look. And I'm going to tell you guys right now what we had. We had a great show. The Rock returning. We had Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So, there was quite a bit of things that was good tonight, that was decent tonight. But I'll tell you, The Rock wants to sit at the head of the table. What did you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? I think The Rock and Roman Reigns, you guys know that's been my ultimate dream match that I've been talking about for years. Years and years and years, and just wanting the WWE to pull the trigger and do that amazing match, and for some reason they never did it. Why they never did it? Honestly, it all has to do with The Rock's schedule. Darth, honestly, I don't know why you're worried about Cody. I'm over the Cody thing. I don't even want Cody to win the title at WrestleMania. Cody's not the guy, to be honest. Cody's great. But if you have The Rock come in, you're telling me that you would want Cody Rhodes to get a title match and see the same match you saw last year instead of Roman Reigns and The Rock? Come on. And, Cody Rhodes, what Cody needs to do is he needs to stay on Raw and he needs to go for the world title. That's what Cody needs to do. Roman's title, when he loses it, it has to go to an up-and-comer like a Solo Sikoa or somebody like that, because it's got to be somebody that's going to be in the WWE for the next decade or so. So, LA Knight is already too old. LA Knight's a great performer, but honestly, to be the guy to take the company in the future, it's not going to happen. He's already 40 years old. How much longer do you think LA Knight's going to wrestle, realistically? Probably not that long. I don't even know if LA Knight will have a decade run in the WWE, to be honest with you. I really don't. So, this is where they run into a huge problem, with all this. They really do. And they desperately need somebody that's gonna, take hold of this company and run it into the future for the next 10 to 15 years. Solo Sikoa, to me, has always been the guy to do that. Cody has already come out and said he only wants to wrestle about 5 more years before he retires. So, if that's Cody's true intention, I don't know if it's true. That was a rumor. But if it really is Cody's true intention to only wrestle 5 more years, then that means he's not going to be the one to carry the WWE if he's planning on leaving it, within 5 years. When you're having someone take the torch from somebody, they got to take the torch and, and carry it for a long, long time. This isn't something where, you just have this small job, and then, next thing you know, oh, alright, this person's coming in, we'll just have him take the title. You gotta look at the betterment of the company as well. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing, is what is the betterment for WWE as a whole. I think about that all the time. So, we'll see what happens, but I was super, super excited. I mean, how could you not be seeing The Rock come back? The Rock coming back to just this huge ovation. The crowd was electric. I mean, you just felt it through your television screen. You just knew when Jinder Mahal came out that was going to be nothing but a troll. I even said so many people, were in a panic when they saw Jinder Mahal. Like, no way, it's not going to be just Jinder Mahal. There's no way. WWE is not going to be this stupid to tease. To literally tease. Oh, we got a former WWE champion coming back, on day 1. And then they're going to give you Jinder Mahal, and that's going to be it. Do you know how much fan backlash Triple H would get? Now, if this was Vince McMahon, running the creative, I'd be like, yeah, that's totally possible. Totally. And I would agree with you guys. But when you have Triple H running creative, what makes you think that Triple H would be that stupid? Nah. Triple H, he likes to make you sweat. Triple H is that kind of booker. He likes to make you sweat. He likes to make you get nervous. Meanwhile, when he sees the reaction of everybody, hitting the panic button and getting all worried about, oh my God, this is it. Oh, WWE, I can't believe you. How dare you, give us Jinder Mahal when you promised so much more. Triple H is back there laughing at every single one of you guys. Trust me. Because Triple H, being the puppet master, pulling strings, he's back there laughing. He got the exact reaction he wanted to get out of every single one of you guys when he pulled that off. But I just knew there had to be way more to it than just Jinder Mahal. I mean, please. I think anybody would know that. So yeah, it was an incredible moment. The Rock's promo with Jinder Mahal was amazing. It was funny. Jinder Mahal has a new name now, monikered to him thanks to The Rock of the Day One douchebag. So, I mean, that's another one I think is absolutely hilarious. The Rock, how can you not laugh at The Rock cutting a promo? I mean, I do. I laugh at The Rock all the time when he cuts his promos. The Rock's cool. The Rock's always been cool, very charismatic, very smart, on the microphone, very witty. The Rock is The Rock. But it was a great moment, and just everything that happened within that promo, that moment, knowing that The Rock is here, knowing that he's gonna probably be coming up for Roman Reigns, how could you guys not be excited? But anyway, let's take a look. I'll get into this with you. If you guys have not heard, by the way, a little piece of news, Nick Khan, or should we call him, Nick Khan. He sends a memo to WWE employees following Kevin Dunn's departure. Of all the happenings to occur in wrestling this past weekend, None came out of nowhere more than the report that Kevin Dunn had given his notice to WWE, effectively ending his 40-plus year stint with the WWE. But as Kevin Dunn sails off into retirement, WWE is making sure it is known, at least internally, how respected Kevin Dunn was in his role as the company's executive producer-in-chief of global television distribution. Fightful Select reports that a memo was sent out from WWE President Nick Khan to WWE employees today, confirming Kevin Dunn's departure. Nick Khan had nothing but praise for Kevin Dunn, effectively calling him the right-hand man of the WWE chairman Vince McMahon, as McMahon built WWE into what Nick Khan called a global sports entertainment juggernaut. Khan gave his opinion that no other product's production comes close to the look and feel of the WWE, something he credited to both Kevin Dunn and his production team, as he also stated that WWE would forever be grateful to Dunn, and that he would always be a member of WWE's family. So, that's what we have there. While with Kevin Dunn's departure comes uncertainty, something Khan is also just speaking about, Dunn. He revealed that he and WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H would be holding 2 in-person meetings today, first with the WWE media team, and then later with WWE talent. Both meetings will take place at the site of tonight's WWE Day 1 Raw in San Diego, California, causing Nick Khan closed the memo by stating that he looked forward to seeing everyone there and to WWE crushing 2024 together. Whether Khan and Triple H will announce a replacement for Kevin Dunn's role today or not remains to be unclear. Previous reports had suggested that numerous people would share Kevin Dunn's responsibilities for the time being until a permanent replacement was hired. So that's something to come out of the news thing for you guys. Let's see, Micah, what's up? What's up, Hunter? How you doing? Do you think WWE will jump over Cody and go with The Rock? I hope so, Micah. I hope. I don't want to see Cody and Roman again. I don't. We saw it once. It happened. Let Cody go for the world title. I do not want to see Cody and Roman a second time, to be honest with you. I just don't. I don't. Let him win the world title. That's how he can finish his story. But Cody versus Roman at the Elimination Chamber for the title of The Rock appear. Roman get distracted. It will cost Roman, and then we get the Roman and Rock at WrestleMania 40 for the right at the head of the table. I strongly disagree with that, Micah. That would be one of the worst creative decisions that anybody could ever do. You're going to go this far, and Roman has been holding the title this long for the simple fact to fight The Rock. And now that they're finally getting here to have The Rock face Roman, now you want to have Roman lose the title a month before WrestleMania? Do you realize what a horrible creative decision that is, Micah? That is terrible. That is absolutely awful. The whole point of Roman versus Rock was for Roman to have the championship. That's the whole point of this thing. I don't know where people come up with this match don't need the title. It certainly does need the title. That's the whole reason why Roman won it and why Roman has been holding it this long. That's the whole point of Roman calling himself the tribal chief and the head of the table to face The Rock and defend his title against him. That was the plan from day one. Bro, that is a terrible, terrible creative booking. Yeah, Cody versus Orton. I don't want to see Cody versus Orton either. It's just no. If you're going to have Cody versus Orton, I'd love to see it, but make it for the world title. Punk versus Rollins night 1 for the world title. That's the match they need to go with. Cody and Orton can always come later. Always. But I mean, if they don't have The Rock wrestle Roman, it would be a terrible creative blunder at this point. Having him as a guest referee for Cody and Roman at WrestleMania 40, that don't work either. You know, Roman, he's going to win the match against The Rock, of course. Like I said, I'd love to see Roman hold the title to like Mania 41. I remember I called it. If they weren't going to have him drop it at Mania 40, have it be Mania 41. I enjoy Roman. I don't understand why people... See, here's the thing. Like Hunter says, he don't want Roman to drop the title until 2025, 2026. I get it. Does Roman and Rock need to happen at Mania? Maybe you do it at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. No. I get it, the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view is a big venue, but absolutely not. No matter how you look at it, Elimination Chamber is not even part of the big four pay-per-views. Elimination Chamber is still a B-level pay-per-view. I don't care how big they're trying to build it up with, oh, it's at this stadium in Australia and this and that. No. I don't care how big the crowd is. The Rock and Roman Reigns, that is a WrestleMania only match. That match has no other place except WrestleMania. A match like The Rock and Roman Reigns, that is the very embodiment of what WrestleMania stands for. The very embodiment of it. If you don't have that match at WrestleMania, again, that's a creative crime. That needs to be at WrestleMania. That needs to be the Night 2 main event. Night 1, Punk and Rollins. Simple stuff. Roman beats The Rock. And then you can have Roman hold the title another year to Mania 41. I mean, what do you do with Cody at WrestleMania 40? I mean, there's plenty of things they can do. I mean, Cody doesn't need to be in a title match, to be honest with you. He really doesn't. Look at what Cody's been doing on pay-per-view this whole year since WrestleMania 39. A feud with Brock Lesnar, and he's feuded with the Judgment Day. Cody hasn't really had that great of a year. You know, he just really hasn't. Okay, if Cody said that the World Heavyweight Championship isn't finishing the story, then it needs to be the WWE Championship. I mean, if that is what Cody really did say, then I would say Cody's got to go for it, you know, in 2025. Let it be his year after Roman puts somebody over. You know, Roman can drop it to somebody like Solo Sikoa. Then you have Cody feud with him. Or you just have Cody beat Roman. But I don't think that's the right choice either. Because at that point, if Cody signs a 5-year extension now and is in WWE for 5 more years, and then he's going to wrap it up, then that leaves you next year after WrestleMania with Cody only having 4 years left on his contract. And then what happens if he really does retire like he stated he would before? That's why I'm not really too keen on Cody beating Roman here. That's what scares me. But, Roman, see, the whole thing is, this is what people are missing. You know, people are really missing this about a good championship reign, and it bothers me. The point is, what everybody is missing here, Micah, is that, look at Seth Rollins. He's defended his title more times than Roman has defended his title during his entire reign. But does Seth Rollins being on television almost every week, defending his title all the time, is Seth Rollins really a good champion? Does Seth Rollins really feel important when he comes out? The answer is no, because WWE doesn't know how to book babyface champions. They just don't. And Seth just feels like... he feels like a main eventer, but yet his title reign has the excitement of a mid-card title reign. It just doesn't feel like anything that special. Now, Roman Reigns, when he comes out, it's special. When a challenger is even named to face Roman Reigns, it feels special. You get excited. Roman Reigns is that attraction. Roman Reigns is that excitement. Roman Reigns is that when you see him even show up on SmackDown, you know it's a big deal because the champ is here. Roman Reigns is that kind of attraction. Seth Rollins is just like generic babyface. Here I am. I'm a fighting champion. Look how many times I successfully defended my title. I'm a great wrestler, blah, 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 blah. See what I mean? Yes, he's had great quality matches, but his title reign is not exciting. Like tonight, when he faced Drew McIntyre, okay, good match, but was it really edge of your seat exciting? No. Because Seth's title and Seth's title reign, it doesn't feel important, guys. Roman's does feel important. You know why? Because you don't see Roman defending his title, once or twice a month. You don't see it. You don't see Roman Reigns coming out on SmackDown every week like you do see Seth Rollins coming out on Raw every week. That's the beauty of it. For Seth to come out, it's just like overexposure. Alright, here I am. Here, the crowd's gonna sing my song. I'm a babyface. And then I'm gonna get cheers from the crowd, do my thing that I gotta do. I'm gonna have him a good match, and I'm gonna go to the back. And then I'm gonna come out in my next event, and I'm gonna do it again, and rinse and repeat, and rinse and repeat. It becomes rinse and repeat. But Roman, if he doesn't defend his title in 2 or 3 months, and then he shows up, and then a challenger's named for him, and then that person faces him, you know what a big fight feels like. That's why I don't understand why all of these wrestling fans feel like, oh my god, you gotta be this fighting champion. You gotta defend your title every month. You gotta defend your title this X amount of times. You gotta defend your title like this, and this to, be a respected champion. No. How often do UFC fighters defend their championships a year? 2 to 3 times if you're lucky? How often do boxers defend their championships in a year? Sometimes you saw guys like Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Evander Holyfield. Sometimes those guys only defended their titles once in a year. But you'd see 2 or 3 times, but not that often. But see, when you saw it, it was amazing. When you saw, like, Mike Tyson come out with the title, on his shoulder, after not defending it for, a little over 6 months, everybody was excited. They're like, oh, I want to see Tyson. I want to see Holyfield. I want to see him get in the ring. I want to see them rip each other apart. Nobody was calling Mike Tyson a bad heavyweight champion or Evander Holyfield a bad champion. So why does Roman Reigns get that rap? You want wrestling. Wrestling fans always say how they want professional wrestling to be considered a professional sport. Well, MMA, boxing, that's what their champions do. That's how often they defend their championships. And it's, an actual sport. So for WWE to do that, when you see Roman coming out, as little as he does, and defend his title as little as he does, Roman is like the embodiment of a real professional sport champion coming out to defend his title. And it feels great. Do you guys see what I mean? Did I paint the picture clear enough for everybody? I hope I did. Because, I don't know how much simpler I could get. Hunter, you know what? I would love to see Roman Reigns hold on to the title of, February of 2028 or September 2020, whatever it is, and then he'd break Bruno Sammartino's record. I wouldn't mind it, I would not mind it. You can't get sick of current Roman. You can't. If he loses the title, yeah, odds are we'll never see him again. Or we'll see him very rarely. More rare than we do now. And you know what? The title's going to feel unimportant within 6 months. Maybe even 3 months. But within 6 months for sure, that title that Roman's been carrying around is going to feel as unimportant as the world title feels right now. And then we're going to have 2 bad world champions on television. But then everybody will be like, oh, it's okay. Look at our champions fighting. Meanwhile, the title reigns will just have no quality and they'll be terrible. See what I mean? Yeah, Roman is the ratings grab. May 4th, 2028 is tying the record. Yeah, so he could lose it on May 5th, 2028. I'd be fine with that if they want to go that far. I'd be fine with it. So, yeah, it's very special when Roman shows up. WWE would, they would not be the same without him being world champion. It just wouldn't happen. Let's see. Once if Cody Roman happens at 40 and Roman wins again, that he'll be pissed. I simply said, why do you prefer Homelander 2.0's undisputed Universal Champion? He's bland and just a mid-carder. I mean, Cody, I don't understand why it's got to be the WWE Championship because the World Heavyweight Championship. See, this is what I don't understand, too. This is another thing that's confusing. WWE says that both their titles, the World Heavyweight and the WWE title, they're equal to each other. No title is greater than the other. So if no title is greater than the other, and both titles are to be held to the same respect and lineage and everything, then have Cody win the world title. It's the second world champion. It's the same, it has the same prestige, I hope Mercedes Moné shows up on AEW Dynamite on Wednesday night, the former Sasha Banks. I hope. That is the going rumor right now, but we'll see on Wednesday. But yeah, that's everything I got to say about Roman and Rock and why I think Roman should be champion and remain champion. The Rock returning to WWE Monday Night Raw tonight and teasing, a challenge against Roman Reigns was amazing. There was tons of speculation this week about a former WWE champion returning to WWE tonight on Raw. And there were thousands of fans in attendance in San Diego. And the millions at home let out an audible sigh when Jinder Mahal hit the ring. I know, I wish I could hear everybody in their house at that moment. But as Jinder Mahal was just chastising the United States, expectations boomed for something more, and none other than The Rock made his way down the ramp, sending this whole arena into a frenzy, and from there, things got only more intriguing. The Rock sang his custom rendition of the United States national anthem to Jinder Mahal. Things ended with more physicality than we've seen from The Rock in several years, hammering Mahal with his trademark right hands and dropping him with the spine buster and putting an end. The altercation, of course, with the People's Elbow. From there, of course, The Rock thanked San Diego. And I figured The Rock was just going to do his whole if you smell what The Rock is cooking thing. But no, The Rock actually told the crowd, he's like, I love you guys. And he's like, you know what, I'm hungry. And he's like, I got some plans, I'm going to go out and get something to eat. And then The Rock says, you guys think The Rock should sit in a booth? Or do you think The Rock should sit at the bar? That one actually drew a pop from the audience. And then The Rock is like, or maybe, just maybe, should The Rock take a seat at the head of the table? I was like, oh man, it's on. That was my reaction. So could that finally mean what the collective would think it to mean? Common sense would say that he wouldn't utter those specific words without a specific payoff in mind, with WrestleMania season right around the corner, as well as a massive Elimination Chamber event in Perth, Australia, as the conversation is only just getting started. So, this was a big thing tonight. Keep your eyes open on everything and news about this, and if The Rock's going to be at Elimination Chamber, that's when The Rock, I could picture The Rock just being like a special guest enforcer out there. Even if he pins Roman's, counts as pinfall for him. I think Elimination Chamber will end with The Rock firing the first shots and hitting Roman Reigns with a rock bottom and a people's elbow. That's how I expect Elimination Chamber to end to build to WrestleMania 40. Exactly, Hunter, just like Stone Cold Steve Austin's glass shattering. And if you smell what The Rock is cooking, time to play the game. Yeah, it all has the same energy. Or the gong of The Undertaker. All that stuff. All of it. But now, guys, that's just, that's a little bit of what happened, which was a lot of amazing stuff. But we started off the show here tonight. WWE tried to make a big deal out of this Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax. To be honest, honestly, I could care less about this match. I did not care. WWE hyped this up with a hype package, showing Nia Jax breaking Becky Lynch's nose like 5 years ago. And, first time ever, Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax. Honestly, I didn't care. I really didn't care, and this match just did nothing for me. I mean, Nia Jax she's never really been that great in the ring. Becky Lynch is nowhere near what she used to be as far as, wrestling in the ring when she was, winning or main eventing WrestleManias with Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. I mean, Becky's nowhere even near that height anymore. You could just tell that things have changed so much. And just this match was one of those things, and nothing was really good about it. I mean, Becky tried to hit Nia with a manhandle slam, which I don't even know why, because there's no way Becky would ever pick up Nia. Nia got Becky up on her shoulders, near the end of this thing, hit the Samoan drop, and, Nia Jax, she goes up to the top rope, and then Becky ended up pushing her onto the ring apron and, fires off the right, hands on her spine. Then, Becky looked to fly, but Nia caught Becky with a right hand in midair, kind of, rolling it back 5 years to when Nia broke Becky's face. And, excuse me. Nia Jax followed it up with the Annihilator on Becky for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win, and Nia Jax won the match. Becky Lynch was bleeding from the mouth, and what do you know? Nia Jax broke Becky Lynch's face again. That's the storyline they're going with, so I don't know. This match there's nothing special about it. Becky Lynch is nowhere near what she used to be. Nia Jax was never great in the ring to begin with. I don't know. Just not feeling any of it. So I'm like, wow, what a boring, lackluster way to start a 3-hour episode of Raw, especially when you're titling it Raw Day 1. Alright, so after Nia Jax wins, Cody Rhodes then makes his way down to the ring. Cody Rhodes calls out Shinsuke Nakamura. Cody asks San Diego, he's like, San Diego, what do you guys want to talk about? Cody's in the ring there, right? And he says he has the privilege of coming to the ring to welcome audiences to Day 1 As Cody says now that it's 2024, people begin to think about their goals for the year. But Cody says, I'm stuck on Shinsuke Nakamura. Cody then says he was expecting something more sophisticated than his American Nightmare Before Christmas story from him. Cody then says the issue should be over with already. As Cody says he'll give Nakamura the opportunity to end things tonight and calls him out to the ring, telling him to bring his mist. So Nakamura appears on the big screen on the Titantron and tells Cody Rhodes that he never thought it would be so easy to get inside his head to write his final chapter. Nakamura says he blinded Cody so that he cannot see the ending of the story. But it doesn't end tonight because he wants to give the American Nightmare one more week to dream. As he says he will become what Cody Rhodes never could, and finish his story for him before he closes his book and he then spits red mist into the camera. Okay, so Cody Rhodes, Shinsuke Nakamura, all that's going to continue. Was good. Now that was good, to further this feud. I mean, there's nothing really much more that you can do with this feud. So, I mean, you just got to take what you can get out of it. And I think they're doing a good job with it, though. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, so let me take a look here. Next up, Kofi Kingston and Jey Uso that make their way down to the ring. Imperium follows. Got Imperium again, which is just Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci against Jey Uso and Kofi Kingston. This tag match was what it was, Was okay. Not going to say it was anything bad, because it wasn't. But it also wasn't anything great. It was just a good, decent tag match where it showcased some tag team wrestling. It was respectable enough, to be a decent match where, it didn't insult anybody's intelligence or anything like that. So it was okay. In the end of this match, the referee stops the match due to Vinci being checked on by medical staff and declares Jey Uso and Kofi Kingston the winners of the match. So that's what happened there. So yeah, the match ended up being stopped, which I was a little surprised. So your winners are Jey Uso and Kofi Kingston. Next up, Miz hosts Judgment Day on Miz TV. Miz welcomes fans to Miz welcomes fans to Miz TV and then introduces the Judgment Day. And next thing you know, what happens? Judgment Day's beats the kids. R-Truth Day cuts that off. He comes down to the ring. Miz welcomes Truth and asks where the rest of the Judgment Day is. Truth says that they were just behind him and tells fans to rise for the Judgment Day. At this point, I'm like, oh, good God. R-Truth is funny. But, I mean, the way this was going at this point, it's like, don't overextend it too much. Because if it gets to be too much comedy and too hokey, then you're going to have the fans turn on it. If they keep doing what they're doing and going what they're going with right there, people get behind it. So, Miz asks Truth what his role in Judgment Day is. Truth says he has so many roles. Like today, Today he's doing some PR. He was doing some PR today, Miz says. Well, R-Truth was doing administrative work last week. Truth says he's on a mission to make Judgment Day likable to everybody. So I guess basically R-Truth wants to turn the Judgment Day babyface. That's basically what's being said here. If you really want to know what's being said here, that's basically what's being said. But anyway, JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio, the Judgment Day, they come down to the ring. That's when McDonough, states the obvious that R-Truth is not part of this group. As McDonough says the Judgment Day would never appear on Miz TV. And Dominic says that himself and his teammates are the most dominant faction in the WWE. Truth points out that McDonough is technically, no longer in Judgment Day, following their Miracle on 34th Street fight 2 weeks ago. And McDonough argues with him. Miz points out that Truth has a point. And Dominic says they should talk about the 2023 that The Miz has, as he spent it on his back getting pinned and destroyed by Gunther. And Miz says he couldn't hear Dominic over all the boos raining down from the crowd. So he says through it all, he's kept going to create memories and moments. He says all he can remember from Dominic's 2023 was Rey Mysterio defeating him and losing to CM Punk at house shows. Dominic says he's done talking, and The Miz will continue his losing streak in 2024. He challenges Miz and Truth to a tag team match against him and McDonough, and Awesome Truth accepts. Despite Truth having some confusion as to who his tag team partner is, which that's just part of R-Truth's gimmick, so JD McDonough looks to crack. He looks to crack Truth. JD McDonough looks to clock Truth, but The Miz clotheslines him out of the ring, so we got the Judgment Day against the Awesome Truth. That was Miz and Truth's old tag team name, back in 2011? When they were a team, they were the Awesome Truth. So that's basically what you got, is the Awesome Truth reunited here. Let's see. Hunter, back to Roman Reigns real quick before we finish this, because Hunter makes a good point in his comment. Last thing about Roman. Whenever he does lose the title, I might stop watching WWE because he's the only thing interesting about WWE, and why should I care if I do not watch the product unless Roman is advertised? Exactly, Hunter, that's the point. That was my exact point. People that are invested like you, WWE doesn't realize how badly it's going to hurt all those people. Roman is a very good champion. One of the best title reigns of all time. Roman. And I'm sure I wouldn't even be surprised when Roman does decide to drop the title if somehow rumors and news will leak out, that, hey, this is the show, Roman's dropping the championship, because you think he's going to be, going around town, with his colleagues or whatever, or on WrestleMania weekend, say if it was next year. He's going to be going around basically saying his goodbyes and, everything of that nature. So once all that comes and you see a lot of wrestlers, meeting up with Roman, always shaking hands with Roman, or people, they see anything like that, I don't know if they would ever do it, to to where it'd be visible on television or anything like that. Maybe that's what they would even do. What if they would make it a thing on television where, you know, like every challenger Roman faces, they like shake his hand and they say, you know, well, I'm going to be the one to beat you. And they start building that up, and then guy after guy after guy that Roman beats, like they all fall. And then it leads to this just amazing, amazing opponent. This is why the Rock match, you know, is so important. Because that match, man, you guys are not going to be disappointed in it, I don't think. I think the Rock could still go a good solid 20 minutes. I think we'll get some good solid work out of both those guys. So, you know, in the end here, you know, the tag match, was whatever. There was nothing, you know, surprising about the result of it. You know, Truth ended up tagging himself in on the Judgment Day side of thing. Truth becomes confused once again. JD McDonough and let's see, JD McDonough holds Miz in his place. Truth looks to land a right hand on him, but ends up hitting McDonough, opening the door for Miz to deliver a skull-crushing finale for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. Awesome Truth win. We then head over to a video of Chelsea Green. Oh, good God. And Piper Niven. Give me a break. Crashing Kaden Carter and Katana Chance's Women's Tag Team Championship celebration at a club in order to demand a rematch. Chance and Carter accept before throwing their drinks in Chelsea Green and Piper Niven's faces. Throwing their drinks in Chelsea Green and Piper Niven's faces. Then we go back at ringside. That was nothing special. I could care less about that segment. Back at ringside, Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers head down to the ring. Rhea Ripley follows. Next up, we got a match for the WWE Women's World Championship. We got the WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley defending her championship against Ivy Nile. I mean, this match wasn't as bad as Rhea Ripley and Maxine Dupree, because that was even a non-title match and it was that bad. This had the title on the line, but honestly, it wasn't much better. It was better than the Maxine Dupree match, but this really wasn't much better. This match was just, it was below average. It really was. You know, both men find themselves on the top rope before Ivy Nile escapes and delivers the German suplex. And she fires off a series of kicks and forearms and then ascends to the top and looks to fly. Rhea Ripley catches her with a headbutt and a ripcord knee and then follows it up with a riptide for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. And your winner and still the AEW Women's World Champion is Rhea Ripley. So, yep, that's what we got there. Rhea Ripley's your winner. Not a good match. Go to commercial, come back from the commercial break. The former WWE champion that WWE is keeping hidden all week makes their way to the ring to reveal themselves to be, and then Jinder Mahal's Visa Kits. And everybody was so infuriated. I didn't buy into it just because I had this feeling, guys. You know, with Triple H, he just wants to make everybody sweat. And that's exactly what I would say, you know. Triple H just likes to make everybody sweat. He likes to get them all talking. He likes to get them all going. You know, so you probably figured the fans would freak out at the whole Jinder Mahal stuff. And then he would give us the real surprise, you know, a little bit of the way through, which he did. So, you know, we hear from Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal reminds fans that he is a past and future WWE champion, and his name is at the top of that list of all the people who have held the title. He mocks the USA, but is cut off by The Rock's music. And, being cut off by The Rock's music, I'm like, oh my God, there's The Rock. So The Rock makes his way down to the ring and says, Jinder Mahal is in trouble tonight. Rock says Jinder is right about one thing. And that being that he is not the Iron Sheik. So, let's see. Okay. So, Jinder Mahal being in trouble tonight, is one good thing that, being that he isn't the Iron Sheik. Rock says if Sheik were there right now, Sheik would question who Jinder Mahal even is. Jinder says The Rock always appears when the WWE Universe is being insulted. And The Rock says he's proud to be an American. The Rock says he's proud to say that he has come back to San Diego. And says the truth is that Mahal gets booed because no one likes him and he isn't funny. Rock says if he were one of his movies, it would be Baywatch. Mahal says he's never seen Baywatch. The Rock tells him that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If he hadn't seen it, The Rock stands up for the USA and sings Jinder Mahal a verse from his own version of the Star-Spangled Banner. Jinder Mahal's heard enough and fires off strikes on The Rock. The Rock fights back, delivering the spine buster, the old spine on the pine, like JR used to say. And then The Rock follows it up with a people's elbow before The Rock tells San Diego that he loves them. And he wishes them a happy new year. And Rock says he's hungry. And we'll be going out to get something to eat. And then asks the crowd if he should sit in a booth. This is the interesting part. The Rock then asks the crowd if he should sit in a booth, or if he should sit at the bar, or if he should sit at the head of the table. That right there was all you needed to spell everything out and know where they were going. That's really all you needed to do, was that. It's good to hear The Rock rip apart Jinder Mahal and so many other people that The Rock has cut promos on before. But that's all you needed to do was have The Rock throw a head of the table reference. And it would have just, people just know right away. I would have even went as far, I would have even went as far to, have Roman show up. Have Roman actually show up. It was day one Raw. Roman's champion. You could have had Roman actually show up, but they didn't do it. That was the one thing that kinda, I think they could have took a little bit farther. Even if Roman would have stood at the top of the entrance ramp just to look down at The Rock and them looking back at each other and finally locking eyes for the first time, would have been a beautiful touch, but not getting it. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark go up against Tegan Nox and Natalya next to women's tag team action. This match. Really. Do any of you care? Seriously, do any of you care about this match? I'm not saying this to discredit anybody who worked in the match, but God, this is like a women's tag match that nobody asked for. I don't know if anybody even really cares about it. I know I don't. I really don't. But I'll give you the results anyway. Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae were watching this action from backstage, by the way. At the end of this match, there was a 450 splash that was delivered and got a 2 count out of it. Shayna kicked out and tagged Starks back in. And Shayna then delivers a German suplex to Tegan Nox. Zoe Stark follows it up with the Z360 for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. Your winners is Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. And that was that. Nothing special. Drew McIntyre makes his way down to the ring. Seth freaking Rollins follows. Now it is time for your main event of WWE Day 1 Raw, or WWE Monday Night Raw Day 1, whatever you want to call it. It's right here, right now, guys. Your main event of the evening. A match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. We got our challenger and our champion. Our champion and challenger. We got Seth freaking Rollins, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, defending his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre in a singles match for the main event Day 1. So, these guys, honestly, they wasted no time. They wasted absolutely no time getting at each other. Honestly, you can't really say you blame them. I know I don't blame them at all. They just kind of went out, got started, pretty hot and heavy with the strikes and everything else. But, few highlights parts of this match here. I mean, there was some good storyline development with Drew McIntyre, though, hoping that his heel turn will, send him further and further into madness, so to speak. Heel Drew McIntyre will be best Drew McIntyre. Jordan, what's up, Jordan? How you doing? Great to see you here. Happy New Year to all you guys. So, this match had its great spots. It's, false finishes and near falls and, some would say a pay-per-view quality match. No doubt about it, a pay-per-view quality match, but also very predictable as to who was going to win this, who was going to walk away the winner. I mean, we knew who was going to win. We knew Drew McIntyre is going to win back the World Heavyweight Championship tonight of all nights. We just knew. We knew Seth was walking out with that championship. So, there was a few spots here. Seth ended up delivering the super kick and a pedigree. Drew kicked out of that. Damian Priest, his music hit, he came down to the ring with his Money in the Bank briefcase in hand. And I'm like, oh my God. Are they actually going to do it? Are they actually going to hold, the Money in the Bank? Was Damian Priest actually going to cash it in? Who knows? But anyway. Came down the ring with his Money in the Bank briefcase in hand. Dominic Mysterio and the referee, they flank him. So, Priest hits Seth with the briefcase, right, looking to cash in. Drew McIntyre actually showing babyface tendencies at this time. You know, Drew, let's see. Because, yeah, Priest hit Seth with the briefcase and looks to cash in. Drew McIntyre absolutely leveled him with the Claymore kick. And levels Dominic with the Claymore kick. So at this point, you know, after that Claymore kick, levels him with the Claymore kick. And levels Dominic. So, then, next thing you know, we got a Claymore kick to Seth. Which, you know, that was one thing I was shocked when we saw. When we saw that, the Claymore kick. The Claymore kick to Seth. But anyway. Where was the one part about the near fall I wanted to get to? I had that marked in here. Alright. So, Claymore kick to Rollins. You know, he went for the pin. Seth got his foot on the bottom rope. They did not have Seth, you know, just do a full-fledged kick out. He got his foot on the bottom rope to break the pin. And then, you know, Drew's sending Seth crashing into the middle rope and clears the announce desk. And then gets, let's see. Gets his foot on the bottom rope. Okay. Then Drew sends Seth crashing into the middle rope and clears the announce desk and gets Seth right on top of it. Seth delivers a kick to Drew's midsection and delivers a pedigree to Drew on top of the announce desk and then gets him back inside the ring. And then then Seth, you know, once he's got Drew back inside the ring and Seth's back inside the ring, Seth delivers a curb stomp to Drew for the 1, 2, 3 and the pin of the win. Your winner and still your WWE World Heavyweight Champion is indeed Seth freaking Rollins. So, that's what we have here, guys. Seth freaking Rollins is still, and I mean still, your WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but Seth still has that title, guys. Seth Rollins still has that championship, so it doesn't look like it's going to be going anywhere, folks, anywhere. I thought this was a good Raw. You know, a couple of the matches were a little questionable. But, I mean, with what WWE did, you know, to make this show feel important, to make it feel like a big thing, bring The Rock in, you know, at least they did some interesting things tonight. At least. Does this mean it will keep up, you know, going on in the future? I really don't know. I really don't know, guys. Your guess is as good as mine. But that was it for WWE Monday Night Raw tonight. That's how the show went off the air with Seth Rollins' celebration. And that was that, guys. And there was stuff here. Let me see. There was some news. Unadvertised star reportedly backstage at WWE Monday Night Raw. This is tonight's day one edition of WWE Monday Night Raw could be in for dulcet tones of living color. Fightful Select Fightful Select is reporting that former AEW World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk is backstage at tonight's Raw, despite the fact of not being used or not being advertised for the New Year's Day festivities. Punk has already made it clear that he intends to, he intends to enter this year's Royal Rumble to earn a chance to challenge WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins, with whom Punk has been embroiled in a bitter feud since his return at the end of Survivor Series War Games in November. No word on what Punk is doing backstage, nor whether or not he'll be in action in any way on tonight's show in San Diego. Punk is coming off a pair of matches against Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio at WWE's live events in Manhattan. So, at that point, WWE's live events at Madison Square Garden and Inglewood's Kia Forum, two historic places. Punk was recently praised by Brian Road Dogg James for adding a hefty amount of interest in the live events. So everybody thought it was CM Punk. Maybe they had CM Punk just hanging out backstage so everybody would think it's him, because they wanted to try to fool all of you. So, I don't know, that's just my thing, that's what I'm thinking. And as far as what we got, let's see. There was one thing. Where's that last story? Can't find it. Because this is news, actually. That was the Triple H one. That one, no. This one, no. There was one more here. No, not Samoa Joe. That's gonna drive me nuts now. Here it is, finally. WWE, just in case you guys were wondering on the commentary end of things, WWE reportedly making changes to SmackDown announced team. WWE's broadcasters are an essential piece of WWE's programming, but the lineup is constantly changing, and it is, once again, to shake up the sound of WWE's broadcast, specifically on WWE Friday Night SmackDown. According to a recent report by PW Insider, going forward, all commentary booths will consist of 2 men in 2024. According to the report, December 2023 was reportedly Michael Cole's last month on SmackDown, and SmackDown's commentary booth will now consist of Kevin Patrick and Corey Graves. There has been no news about changes to the Raw commentary booth, which will feature Michael Cole alongside Wade Barrett for the past year. Michael Cole has been a commentator on both WWE Raw and WWE SmackDown. Michael Cole has been a pivotal member of the WWE's commentary team for the past 3 decades. While he is a somewhat controversial character, his experience is undeniable to Endeavor and WWE's broadcasting partners. It has been reported that Michael Cole was placed on the SmackDown commentary team in order to offer additional support to their team. Experienced figures in WWE shifting positions is nothing new, especially following the recent merger with UFC under Endeavor, which formed TKO Group Holdings. Recently, Kevin Dunn, who operated as WWE's executive producer and chief of global television distribution, and has been spent over 40 years with the WWE, was reported to have exited WWE due to changes in leadership post-Endeavor merger as WWE enters its first new year under Endeavor. Shifts in company positions similar to Michael Cole or Kevin Dunn's may begin to become commonplace. That's it. So, that's a little bit of news for you to go along everything else that I had for you guys, and the Raw review itself. You know, it was great. It was absolutely fantastic stuff. I love it. You know, Dave Meltzer was swearing up and down, you know, earlier. This was the other big thing going around, because the Raw had a lot of things, you know, that was being talked about. One of the things was Dave Meltzer says that this former AEW star will surely appear on tonight's WWE Raw. Paul Triple H Levesque recently teased a former champion appearing on tonight's WWE Raw. As such, fans and pundits have speculated about who the person could be. However, Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio expects it to be Andrade El Idolo, especially after the finish of his match against Miro at AEW World's End. Andrade is probably almost surely going to be on Raw on Monday. As far as the secret guy that Triple H has been teasing, Tony Khan did confirm that Andrade's contract ended on January 1st of 2024 with AEW. He was very praiseworthy towards him. He is always welcome back, but he conceded that he was gone. Andrade El Idolo's future is uncertain at the moment. As Meltzer noted, his AEW contract expired after this past weekend's World's End pay-per-view, and he's expected to depart AEW to rejoin the WWE. Andrade reportedly made his desire to leave AEW known backstage during last week's episode of Dynamite as well. As a former WWE NXT champion and WWE United States champion, Andrade El Idolo certainly fits the criteria detailed in Paul Levesque's tease. Furthermore, Andrade's wife, Charlotte Flair, currently works for the WWE, which may be another incentive for him to return to his old stomping grounds. Andrade previously competed in WWE from 2015 until 2021, as Andrade enjoyed a fair amount of success in NXT, but he struggled to get beyond the mid-card during his tenure on the main roster, which Paul Levesque is now in charge of, though a second stint in WWE might be more fruitful for Andrade this time around. So expect to see Andrade in WWE coming soon. So we'll see. Alright guys, so that's it. As far as what I'd rate WWE Day 1 Raw, I'll say for today, Monday, January 1st, 2024, I'll give the show a 10 out of 10 plus right there. 2 thumbs up, big T seal of approval, and that's because of The Rock. Everybody, it's because of The Rock. But that's going to do it for me here, so I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And I will see all you guys next time. Yes, there will be a next time for me right here on Beyond the Ring with Big T, AEW Dynamite Review and Results Show on Wednesday night. Don't forget us, so we won't forget you. And of course, if you want the best, yes, I do mean the absolute best for all of your professional wrestling needs right here on the internet, right here on YouTube.com today. Always remember to think Beyond the Ring with Big T. And of course, everybody, thank you very much for watching and listening to episode number 520 of the Beyond the Ring with Big T WWE News and Rumors podcast for today, Monday, January 1st, 2024. This has been your WWE Monday Night Raw Day 1, 2024 review and results show for today, Monday, January 1st, 2024. So, as always, everybody, always remember and never ever forget that I'm your host, Big T. I will see all of you at the matches. I'll see all of you for your AEW Dynamite coverage on Wednesday night. Hope you enjoyed Raw tonight. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Take care, everybody. I love you all. Good night, everybody, and Happy New Year. Ha 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 ha. Just want to say Happy New Year to everybody that dropped in. You know, Hunter and Jordan and Darth and Lisa and everybody here. Happy New Year to all of you. Great seeing all of you. And I'll catch you guys later. Love you all. Good night, everybody. And Happy New Year.
This is the Neon Tarantino, the Ace Degenerate, Super Indie Scorsese, the best professional wrestler in the Midwest, Derek Dillinger, and you're listening to, what is it? Beyond
Beyond the Ring with Big T.
Beyond the Ring with Big T. And that is a wrap. Cut!
This is M-Dog 20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you were checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man. Big T.
Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring, Big T.
And just, a little thought here as far as going into this whole Rock and Roman Reigns thing to leave you guys with as I was signing off. One thing I want you guys to think about is, who would you have The Rock face? Or Roman Reigns face besides The Rock? If you wouldn't want that to happen, let me know. But Happy New Year, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Trying to sign off here, I couldn't even get it to go off. It kept hitting the button. It's like, well, your stream down, so that's why it's still here. But yeah, really think about that. Who would you guys want Roman Reigns to face besides The Rock if it wouldn't be The Rock? Because I'm telling you guys right now, The Rock would definitely be the best choice. I couldn't think of somebody better, besides The Rock to face Roman Reigns. It's just been one of those things that has been talked about for so long, and I hope that WWE is finally going to pull the trigger on it now that we're finally going to have it. So we'll see, guys, we'll see. But a lot to think about here, but hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight, and I know I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you guys here again on Wednesday night for some more exciting content where we will talk about AEW and Samoa Joe being the new world champion, MJF being removed from AEW's roster page, all that stuff, and the fallout from World's End that took place on Saturday night. So plenty of stuff to look forward to, so I hope you guys are ready for that. But yeah, now that I got everything in order, guys, I'm your host, Big T. I'll see all of you at the matches, and take care, everybody. I love you all. And again, good night, everybody, and of course, Happy New Year to all of you. Happy, safe, healthy New Year. Love you guys. Happy New Year, everybody.